A search for a permanent president at the University of Toledo is underway. I have reactions about what people are looking for in the next campus leader. I'm Max Alfonso with that story coming.
One of the season's most popular holiday events is lighting up the night in Toledo.
The Rockets welcome the Ohio Bobcats into the Glass Bowl for some midweek action. Coming up in sports.
UT10 News starts now. Good afternoon, I'm Crystal Smith.
And I'm Autumn Vasquez. The University of Toledo has announced a search for the next president, and they hope to have the position filled by fall 2025.
Max Alfonso joins us from the newsroom. Max, what have you found out about the search for the new president?
Thanks, Crystal. The University of Toledo has hired a search company to lead the search for a new president, and interim president Matt Schroeder has every intention on fighting for the job. On April 23rd, former UT President Gregory Postal announced his resignation from Toledo. Just 6 days later, Toledo named Chief Financial Officer Matt Schroeder interim president of the university. Since then, faculties expressed their concerns over his academic background.
Speaking as a representative of the faculty, I think the faculty would prefer a president who has an academic background as opposed to a business background.
Faculty Senate Dr. Jerry Van Hoy says other issues are at the top of his mind.
We need someone who understands both the academic and the healthcare sides of campus, someone who is very much focused on enrollment and helping us deal with our need to better recruit students.
Student Government President Lucas Will says he is hoping Toledo will hire someone who is focused on improving the student experience and listening to what students want. Reporting live from the newsroom, Max Alfonso, UT10 News.
Downtown Toledo's landscape continues to change. Let's take a look at some of the city's accomplishments and goals for the next year. Working with $180 million of federal funding from the American Restoration Act, Toledo has been able to refurbish its infrastructure. Projects include removing lead from water pipes, upgrading the downtown metro parks, and renovating many bridges in the area. But Toledo Council President Carrie Hartman says the city likely won't receive the same federal funding in 2025.
We're hopeful that we can still continue to get grant funding, but I know it won't be to the extent that the American Restoration Act was.
In 2025, Toledo can look forward to the completion of the Cherry Street Bridge, road repairs stemming from a $25 million levy, and repairs to other bridges along the riverfront.
Volunteers for Wood County's Habitat for Humanity traded in their hard hats for an elegant evening of fundraising. Habitat for Humanity hosted its second Hard Hats and High Heel Gala last Friday in Nather's Hall. About 200 people turned out to enjoy dinner, live music, and a silent auction to raise money for those who need a helping hand. Habitat's mission is to provide affordable living and home repairs for lower-income families, the elderly, and veterans.
This event is going to support the 3 new homes that we're going to be building next year to serve 3 new families. Our hope is that we can build up this event and raise even more dollars so that we can build and serve more families.
Organizers are still counting the proceeds, but they believe they exceeded their goal.
I feel it's humbling.
Very humbling.
It's very humbling. All these different people come together. Everything going on in this world, there's still people that come together and help families in need.
If you'd like to contribute to the cause or need assistance yourself, click on the Habitat for Humanity link on our homepage at ut10news.com.
Today marks 150 days that teachers at Washington local schools have worked without a contract. Trip Floyd reports.
Last Wednesday, Washington local schools held their annual 5-year forecast school board meeting to address the financial future of the district. But for those in attendance dressed in black, there was a bigger concern at hand. June 30th was the last day that the Teachers Association of Washington local schools worked under a contract. The union is looking for changes to class sizes, working conditions, student resources, and pay for teachers that would attract educators to work in the district.
We work the second most minutes in the entire area. Second most minutes. We are the lowest paid district of the 8 in Lucas County. Most of our argument is, how do we recruit the best teachers to Washington local to keep it great? Why would they come here if we're the least paid?
But talks between the board and union have stalled, with both parties entering Ohio's fact-finding process that will culminate in a hearing in early January. In a statement to UT10 News, Director of Communications Dr. Katie Peters said that Washington Local Schools fully supports the fact-finding process as a pathway to a fair and balanced agreement with our valued teaching staff. We believe this process will guide us to a solution that honors the essential role of our educators in students' lives while assuring the district's long-term stability without requesting additional funding from taxpayers. While both parties will have to wait until next year for the fact finder's report, an Assembly of TULS members might make an important vote very soon.
Mr. Christopher said a vote of no confidence in the board could come as early as later tonight. Reporting in Toledo, I'm Trip Floyd, UT10 News.
Experts say mental health challenges among students are real. According to the World Health Organization, about 1 in 8 people in the world live with mental illness. Another public health report from Boston University says mental illness continues to be highly prevalent among college students. Lawrence Kuchiku, a lead care coordinator at the Toledo ZAP Center, encourages local universities to strengthen their mental health resources for students. He says the increase in mental health crisis is due to many factors, including economic hardship.
Looking at the stats again, I think from 2022, 2023, 1 out of every 6 youth in America has some form of mental health issue.
Kujiku estimates about 60 million people in America deal with mental illness issues, but estimates only half actively seek help, including young people.
With Thanksgiving just around the corner, Toledoans are working to ensure everyone has a holiday meal. Some of the free dining options for a hearty Thanksgiving meal include Christ Church today from 3 to 6 p.m., Bistro 163 tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m., and on Thanksgiving Day, Pilgrim Church 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and at Mosaic Ministries starting at noon. For a full list of meals around the area, go to ut10news.com and click on the free Thanksgiving meals link.
Now let's send it over to Andrew Hoffman with this week's UT10 Sports Report.
Play action in the pocket. Steps up, throws for the end zone.
I'm Andrew Hoffman, and this is your UT10 Sports Report. The Rocket women's basketball team is on the road this holiday weekend. They will be a part of the Navy Classic, which takes place at the U.S. Naval Academy. The Rockets' first game is on Saturday at 1 p.m. versus Navy. Coverage will be provided by ESPN+. Then on Sunday at 3:30 p.m., they take on the Maryland Terrapins. Coverage for that game is yet to be determined. But before hitting the road, the Rockets ended a long home stretch Friday as they welcomed the Long Beach State to Savage Arena. Toledo came in with a 2-1 record and looking to win their second in a row after a close win over Northern Kentucky. Like the weather out in California, the Beach started off hot. Patricia Chung pulls up from deep and connects. Beach up 7-0 early, but Toledo gets defensive. Faith fed Robinson with a huge block. Before the end of the first quarter, Kira Goss gets the swing pass in the corner and drills the triple at the buzzer, and the Rockets take the lead, and they never gave it up. Second quarter, Cadence Dykstra drives, lefty lay, and the sophomore guard gets an and one. Rockets take a 34-29 lead into the half. Second half, Sammy McConowicz off the inbound spins, and a kiss off the glass gets 2. Then Dykstra cross court to Carruthers, who swings it to Ella Weaver, who hits a huge 3 to extend the Rockets' lead. The Beach made a push at the end, but it was all for none. Toledo wins this one by a margin of 79-72 and improves to 3-1 on the season. The regular season comes to an end tonight for Rockets football. Gavin Lake joins us now for the latest.
Thanks, Andrew. The Rockets are on the road tonight for Tuesday night action in Akron. They'll take on the Zips at InfoCision Stadium. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. You can catch the action on ESPN2 and ESPN+. Meanwhile, the Rockets welcomed the Ohio Bobcats to the Glass Bowl last Wednesday for their last home game of the season. Toledo looked to keep their MAC championship hopes alive with a win. After a slow start from both teams, Tucker Gleason steps up in the pocket and delivers a dime to the big man Anthony Torres for a 23-yard Rockets touchdown. Toledo would go into the half with a 7-0 lead. Coming out, Parker Navarro to Caleb Gossett puts it in the Bobcats in prime scoring position. Looking to throw from 5 yards out, Parker Navarro rolls out and fires to the end zone where Maxon Hook flies in, picks it off, and gives the Rockets the ball. On the very next play, Gleason finds Eric Holly, the third on a slant, but he would fumble, giving the ball back to the Bobcats. Looking to capitalize on the turnover, Parker Navarro would keep it for the touchdown, tying the game at 7 apiece. Another Toledo turnover would lead to this. Parker Navarro, quarterback keeper, for his second rushing touchdown on the night. And when it rains, it pours for the Rockets as Anthony Tyus III runs up the middle on this play for a touchdown, putting the game out of reach. The Bobcats would go on to win the game 24-7, and the Rockets fall to 7-4, being eliminated from championship contention. Back to you, Andrew.
Quickly, I want to say a shout out to our professors here at UT10, Kevin O'Corn and Dee Drummond. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible, and we appreciate your guys' hard work and dedication to us. This is Andrew Hoffman for your UT10 Sports Report. Crystal Autumn, back to you guys.
Thanks, Andrew. The Toledo Zoo flipped the switch to open its nationally acclaimed holiday light show. The Toledo Zoo officially debuted its Lights Before Christmas last Friday, with over 1 million lights illuminating trees, buildings, and animal images, transforming the zoo into a winter wonderland. 36,000 lights sparkle on the 85-foot-tall Christmas tree that welcomes visitors for the 39th year.
Newly designed winter village down in our amphitheater. We have a really cool ice slide and some really cool vendor options. You can even toast some s'mores down there or have some hot chocolate and really warm up with your family.
Visitors can enjoy these sights and other fun activities at the zoo through December 31st.
That does it for this week's UT10 News. You can catch replays of all of our newscasts on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on social media.
For Crystal Smith and the entire UT10 News crew, I'm Autumn Vasquez, and we wish you a happy holiday season.